you, Christine. Okay. Well, first of all, thanks everyone for coming to Circulate. I want to start off and give a big thanks to all of our customers. You know, we take customer success really seriously at Full Circle, and we really love working with our customers. So I would like to have you all give a big round of applause to all of our customers and partners who have really helped us get to where we are today. So big round of applause for yourself. So today I want to talk about offense, defense, and marketing. So as Christine said, I've been VP of marketing a bunch of times at a bunch of different companies. And in my experience, I sometimes worked at big companies and I sometimes worked at small companies. And at big companies, I'd oftentimes find myself in the executive meeting, right? It's a weekly meeting. And I would have, so I'd be sitting at the table, and the CEO was there, and the CFO was there, and of course, VP of sales, and the head of consulting, and so forth. So these are software companies. And I'd find myself listening to this, it was basically a forecasting conversation, right? So the VP of sales had all this great data, was talking about what was going on in the forecast, and then the guys that were doing services and consulting, they had their data, and I had my data, but it was very weak. You know, I had, okay, here are my leads, I have a lead count, and then I had some plan that I was, some next great event that we were gonna run. So it was a very unsatisfying thing for me because I couldn't really participate in the conversation, right? I didn't have enough information to actually say, okay, well, this is what my team is doing to kind of help the business. And then sometimes I'd be working at a small company and I'd have to present to the board, right? And again, I'd find myself in this uncomfortable position where I was presenting to the board, and I'd always like to have a chart. I really always wanted to measure my marketing, right? And so I'd always try to have these charts, but I was really uncomfortable because I knew that the data wasn't really accurate, and I'd kind of wave my arms and I'd flip the chart really fast, because I didn't want anybody to ask any questions. Because if they did, it would be terrible. So I'd get up and get down as quickly as I could. So. But today, it's really exciting because things are different, right? And it's exciting for me. I really wish I had Full Circle when I was a VP of marketing, because I think I would have been such a much better marketer. Because I would know, I mean, literally we're guessing, like, okay, well, this messaging seemed to work. We had a lot of clicks, but that's all I had, really. And so, because we have great CRM systems like Salesforce, and we've got really good marketing automation systems that help us automate these tasks, and now we have Full Circle to kind of tie all the data together, we can be much, much better marketers. And that's really our passion at Full Circle. We really want to help marketers change the way that we've been doing marketing in the past and really move to a place where marketing is not on defense, right? Marketing can now be on offense. So as Christine also mentioned, I play a little tennis, and I started I played as a child, right, and then was a high school tennis player. But then I stopped for many years. And then about 6 or 8 years ago, after I hit my head too many times playing polo, I had these car accidents playing polo, on a horse, where you hit the ball. And there are these car accidents riding these horses. I decided that I would play a safer game, and I've been playing tennis for 7 or 8 years now, and I haven't broken any bones or gotten any concussions, so this is really good. And so it's a much safer game for me. So while Brent's game is football, mine is tennis. And I'm going to press the button here in advance here. So what I want to do actually is do a little bit of a chalk talk about tennis and really talk about offense and defense. And talk about, because this is my lens that I look at marketing through. I was a biology major in college, and so I look at marketing as a science experiment, and then I also look at it through the lens of competition. So, okay, here's my little chalk talk. So we've got 2 players here. You're probably not going to recognize the player on the left. Her name is Christina McHale. And she, at the time she was playing in this tournament, she was ranked 62 in the world, which is pretty good. She's a pretty good player. She grew up in New Jersey, and is now getting through to the second round of tournaments. And then on the right-hand side, we've got Serena Williams. And many people will recognize Serena Williams. She's been the #1 player in the world for many years now, and she was #1 when she was a kid. She's been at this for a really long time. She's won 21 Grand Slams, which are the biggest tournaments in the world. That's like tournaments you've heard of, like Wimbledon and U.S. Open and the French Open and the Australian Open. it's only Steffi Graf has won more. She's won 22. So Serena's on a quest. She's got to get to 22 and hopefully 23. She's having a kind of a rough season this year. So, but you know, hopefully she'll get back on track. And we're all cheering for Serena to get to 22 and 23. In tennis, there are three kinds of shots. There are offensive shots, there are defensive shots, and there are neutral shots. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. This is my chalk talk thing here. Okay, so offense. So we've got two players here, and think of them as chess players. You know, we have the black piece and the white piece, right? So the black piece is hitting the ball, and they're hitting a really strong cross-court shot, right? And it's hitting away from the white piece, right? And the white person has to run and go get the ball and probably can't get it. So they win the point, right? Because they've hit this fantastic cross-court shot where the player can't get it. Okay, then there are defensive shots. So the white player tries to go get that ball, and maybe they actually do get to it. But what happens is they're just trying to stay in the point, you know, just hit some ball and get back to the point. More often than not, what happens is they hit a bad shot, right? And the bad shot is like a short shot, so now the black piece can hit a winner and win the point. So that's what happens more often than not. Then the other kind of shot is a neutral shot, right? And this is how you kind of stay in the point, right? You want to hit the ball back towards, kind of deep towards the middle, and you try to hit a nice neutral shot so you can just kind of keep the point going and stay in the game. So what I want to do is I want to play a video, and I think I'm going to play it twice because it's a minute and a half, and if you don't watch tennis a lot, I'm told that you won't see what I'm talking about in this film. So we have film, right? So Brent talked about watching film. We have film. Okay, we're going to watch some film. And here we go. This is our chalk talk. Okay, we say offense, defense, and neutral. And okay, so the first thing is we're going to show an offensive shot, right? Okay, so it's the Miami Open. It's Christina McHale. Here's Serena. She's coming out. She's that nice girl in the back. She's carrying her bag. And now here's Christina McHale. It's the beginning of the match. They're coming out. And now it's the first set, right? And we're going to see Serena's receiving. Christina hits a shot. Oh, look at Serena's return. Cross-court winner. Christina can't get it. Okay, next we're going to do show a defensive shot. And okay, Christina hits a return here, and Serena's struggling. She's struggling again. Okay, Christina wins the point. Okay, now let's look at a neutral shot. And what's going to happen is Serena's serving, right? Christina tries to hit a neutral shot, but Serena hits a winner even off that neutral shot because she's so good. Okay, let's go back to offense. And here we're going to see Serena serving. Oh, she hits a serve out wide. It's the winning shot. She wins the tournament. She's pretty happy. She doesn't look that happy, but she is really happy. They're shaking hands, enjoying themselves. So Serena wins this match. It's a second round match at the Miami Open. Okay, so that's the chalk talk. So the question is, what did we learn, right? What do we learn from watching this? The first thing is make your shots. In other words, we have to run great programs, right? You've got to make your shots. You can't win if you don't make your shots. If you hit the ball out, you hit it in the net, you can't win. The second thing to observe is that no one runs a perfect game, right? Even the #1 player in the world misses some shots, right? You're going to make mistakes. And then the third thing is that defense and neutral are okay. They keep you in the point, but they just keep you in the point, right? If you have two players that are of equal ability, the player that plays better offense will win. So offense wins. And then lastly, which was not in this video, but I still want to make this point, is that coaching does help, and we'll talk about that. Okay, let's dive into this a little bit, each one of those points a little bit. Okay, so this is Novak Djokovic. Anyway, he is the #1 player in the men's tour, And he makes beautiful shots. He makes better shots than anyone, and he's just unbeatable right now. It's unbelievable. And so for us in marketing, when we say make your shots, we need to run great programs. We also need to make commitments so that we are actually impacting our business. So it's important to make your number, right? And a lot of companies you're tracking your marketing qualified leads for making your number. But we want to match that with conversion rate, right? Marketing qualified lead isn't enough. If you match it with a conversion rate and you know what your average deal size and your sales cycle length, then you know the impact that you're going to make on your business. So make your shots, run great programs, make a commitment, and make your number. Okay. Second, nobody is perfect. Not every campaign is not going to be great. We all know that we've run campaigns that didn't quite work out, but the important thing is to know that is to have this transparency, right? So that you know what's working and what's not working. So here's Kei Nishikori. They call him Special K, and Special K he's from Japan. He's the top player from Japan, and he's like number 5, I think, in the world right now. I can't quite remember, but about number 5, and he's just hit a shot in the net. So he's not happy about it. We've run this, in this slide, we've run this strategic event it's 2012, so it's a little bit of an old chart, but with the wine tasting tour, the ROI on that was not very good compared to the other ones. So so the question is, what do you do with that, right? Do we kill all wine tasting tours forever? Or maybe we adjust the program. Okay, don't kill your wine tasting tour. The main thing is that, yes, while there's some pain and suffering associated with not winning and not running a great campaign, let's treat it as an opportunity for learning. So here we have, this is Novak Djokovic and his coach, Boris Becker. Boris was number 1 in the world when I was a kid, so that was a really long time ago. And so even Novak, right, he needs coaching, right? And he takes these opportunities to learn. He doesn't win every point, so he needs to understand how he can win more points. But there's something that's still bothering me, right? And this is the thing that really bugs me, is I still hear some people say to me, I just need to justify my marketing, right? I just need to justify myself. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, these people are operating on defense inside their companies. They're going to get killed at the next meeting. So it's really important to think about that and really start thinking about how can I operate on offense. But there are times when you do need to operate on defense, right? Maybe you have a sales guy that doesn't really understand marketing and thinks that your whole team is a dope, right? You guys are a bunch of dopes. Sometimes that does happen. I've worked in companies where that's happened. And maybe you're facing some adversity where your CEO, right, needs to trim budget, and the easiest place to trim budget is the marketing budget. And so what's really important is to be able to say, okay. This is what the impact is when we cut the budget, right? This is what the impact on the company is going to be, and this is what I predict is what's going to happen. Because when you take that stand and say, "Hey, I have the numbers here. I know what's going to happen," and something close to it does happen, you create strength, right? You create actually an offensive position off of that defensive position. So here's what we recommend about going on offense. At least this is what I recommend. Okay, so the first thing is getting alignment, particularly at the executive level, on goals and operations. So how are you going to operate your sales and marketing? And make sure that everybody knows the goals. So Brent talked about the 49ers and how everything was filmed. And the thing that comes to mind for me is our second value. After customer success, it's transparency. And by filming everything, it was all super transparent. The fact that you can go back to 1983 and watch Bill Walsh do some presentation, that's amazing, right? We're doing the same thing with our marketing data by actually being transparent about it. And you create strength in your company by actually being able to show this information, have people comment on it. It makes you better because other people can work with you and contribute to ideas of how to become better. So the second thing that we recommend on offense is really just identify the good, the bad, the ugly. Look at your data and figure out what is working and what isn't working. And it's pretty obvious, right? You're going to do more of the things that are working and less of the things that are not working. That's a pretty obvious thing to do. But there's some programs that you might think, oh, I'm just not running that quite right. Maybe my messaging is a little off. Maybe my target isn't quite right. And these are the adjustments that you can make. And sort of the mid-play, right, mid-game adjustments that you can make. The third thing is make the data part of your regular meetings. Review the information regularly. You don't have to belabor it and spend hours looking at it, that sort of thing. But if you flash these dashboards up, if you flash the reports up in your meetings regularly, people take it seriously. They start saying, oh, let's see, my performance on that wasn't all that good. I got to step it up. Or they say, oh, this one was really good. OK, I'm going to try to do more of that. People start taking the information seriously. So just making the data visible and embracing transparency is a really great way to run marketing, and really great way to build teamwork in your organization. Okay, my last point that I want to make is that coaching does make a difference. And this is Jim Harbaugh. He's my favorite coach. He was at Stanford and the 49ers, right? 49ers were losing a lot of games. This is after Brent left, right? And Stanford was losing a lot of games. But he turned those teams around, and now he's at Michigan doing the same thing. And so what he says is, okay, let's just try, this is what he said when he first joined the 49ers, let's just try to get 1% better every day. Just a little bit better, 1% better. It turns out if you get 1% better, you get a whole lot better. After even a relatively short period of time, a couple months, you're really, really good. You're actually twice as good even after a few months. So that's what I would like to challenge you all today is, okay, think about how can I get 1% better today? What am I going to learn? What am I going to take back from this event to get just 1% better? And I've listened to almost every presentation. That's what I've been spending my last 3 or 4 weeks. I've listened to almost every presentation several times that's getting presented today. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of really, really cool information that can help you get 1% better today. So let me just summarize. All right, make your shots, make your number, right? This is really important. This is how you can demonstrate that you're actually impacting your business. It's okay to make mistakes. Try not to make the same mistake twice. Learn from the mistake. Treat it as an opportunity. And use your numbers to help you get better. Play offense as much as possible. And then lastly, focus on getting 1% better, just a little bit better every day. And we are excited to work with all of you. We really take customer success seriously at our company, and we want you to get 1% better every day. So with that, I'm just going to say thanks very much, and good luck. Have a great day.